Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to share a little project for the young, maybe for kids, or for the young at heart, for people that like to experiment with electronics, but want to learn a few things. What we're looking at here is LittleBits is what they're called. That's the trade name, and what they are is electronic building blocks. So with these LittleBits modules, specifically the Korg synth kit, and then some accessory modules, which I'll show you, I basically created the outlines for a very simple My Machine. Now I'm using light wire glasses, which are L wire glasses that are kind of a rave accessory that you can buy. They're really inexpensive, like under $10. And I just cut the wires off of a controller that they came with and then wired them into one of the modules. And then we have kind of an isochronic beat going on. So let me show you the modules themselves. I think first I'll just show you it in action. We'll need to turn the lights out to see the light wires, but let me do that quickly. I'll turn them on. So you can hear the pulsing. Turn off the light here. And I just have a couple of accessory LEDs that you can see easier than the light glasses. But the frequency is controllable. From quite fast to quite slow. Then you could change the filtering on the sound. So that's the outline of the unit, and that's just a basic My Machine type module. There is a headphone out jack. So let's look at some of the modules up close now. I'll move the camera here. So basically what I have is, as I said, the LittleBits, they're kind of like building blocks. Now the pink ones that you see here are part of the Korg synth kit. Now Korg's a very famous synthesizer company, and they did a partnership with LittleBits to where they added several type sound modules, the building blocks for a synthesizer. So I'm using two oscillators essentially, which those are the pitch. That's the oscillator module, and you have to feed power to it. Now how these LittleBits work is they're magnets, so you can't hook them up wrong. On the end of each one of these are magnets. So there's a ground and power and a signal. That's the three that you see in the middle. And then they snap into each other magnetically like that to hold and to transfer the current and the signal and the power. So this is hooked up to a battery, 9-volt battery. That's the power module. So the routing here is I've got a pitch oscillator, and it's controlling the main pulse, and then the orange and white that you see here is a splitter cable, so it's splitting to go down to this chain here, and this is the LED chain. So there's a light wire module. It's hard to read that one, but it's basically an L wire module. Now this one is high voltage, so if you have you and your kids assemble this or something, then just be aware that this module is high voltage, and we are breaking it out through alligator clips, so you want to exercise a little bit of caution with that. But again, 9 volts is all you're feeding, but it is a little bit higher voltage than you're going to work with in most microcontroller circuits. Now I just have these two RGB LED modules just as displays. Now they are RGB, but these are little pot knob essentially that lets you set the color. You can't control the color through any of the signal chain. You have to use the little screw terminals to set the colors. But I just use them as a display purpose so I can see what's going on to model them. Alright, so let's look. That's the light chain, and then I'll add a vibration motor to that actually later on. Okay, so coming out of the audio chain, keep in mind the center pitch oscillator is the main pulsing, and from there we're going into a noise generator, which is the random 134 random module from the synth kit, and it's producing noise essentially and going into another oscillator that is controlling this filter. So noise is being multiplied with another pitch to create a little bit of pitch noise, and then I'm filtering it with a low pass filter just to give it the pulsing. Now the pulsing is controlled by this main pitch oscillator. So the pitch oscillator is coming through, triggering the noise, which is being multiplied with another noise signal. All these are square waves, and then that's going into a filter and then out to a speaker. And you can see here that there's a headphone jack at the end of that if I wanted to have a headphone jack. So the light itself, I have a breakout cable on the light wire, and it's just a regular type DuPont type connector to two wire battery type lead. You see used for a lot of LiPo or rechargeable batteries or what have you. And it breaks out just to some alligator clips that are clipped to the glasses. As I said, the glasses had a controller, and I just cut that off and hooked them together. Now when you do that, be sure to pull your insulators on your alligator clips tight so that the leads can't touch each other, and then you should be pretty good. So these are a pair of just L-wire glasses, so they have L-wire that run all the way through that shell of the glasses, and it's a white colored L-wire. They could be driven with more power than what I can provide from this circuit. However, this is just a good little test platform. But working in daylight, they're hard to see, so that's why I have the LEDs here, so I can just monitor what's going on. So again, let's just take a look at that. Turn it off real quick. Okay, and again, speed controllable. Okay, so now of course in that case I'm using very little range of the pitch oscillator because it'll go way higher than I need, and I'm trying to stay below 20 hertz or so. So let me add another component to show you another neat thing you can do. So let's take the power off and let's put this little Korg keyboard. This all comes with the Korg synth kit, which unfortunately LittleBits is very cool, but it's not inexpensive. So this Korg synth kit, you can also often pick them up on eBay for under $100 for sure, but maybe $70 or something like that. But retail, I think they're like $180 for the whole kit, and you get more pieces than I have here. But these are the essentials. What's really missing is a sequencer. Maybe in a later one I'll show that you can do some kind of neat stuff with the sequencer. But it's real cool that Korg has done that. But they are kind of a premium cost. I mean, this whole unit that you're looking at right here, a Proteus, costs just about as much as that. But this is fun to play with, and it helps you learn the concepts of a My Machine. And there's things that you can do, maybe in addition, as you add more components in a circuit. So anyway, what I've added here is a keyboard module, right? So it's a keyboard trigger, and there's a key mode there that's either press or hold. So I'm going to have it in hold mode. I need to turn this up quite a bit. Now, depending on the octave, see, there's a little knob right there that controls the octave. And then this would control the total frequency. So at the lowest octave, say I want it to be that. See, then as I push the button, I'm slowing it down. And I have a range of 12, basically 12 settings across there. Then I can just increase the octave with the knob. So I know that would double it. That would be 4 times. So if I double it, see, then I can go higher in the range. So that gives you some things to play with. So again, now you kind of have a controllable My Machine. Over quite a wide range. So that's pretty cool. And of course, just to power it down, pull out the thing. So anyway, that is kind of a fun little toy to play with. One more piece that I had was this vibration motor. So you can see it's easy to add parts and components. So at the end of the chain here, I could just pop on this little vibration motor, and see, it won't let you, it'll tell you which way to go. Like, it won't fit that way, so it goes this way where it snaps together, so it'll snap right onto that part, which I need to lift up to get it into the mount. Alright, so that adds a vibration motor. So see, that's kind of cool. So you get tactile feedback. So there you go. There's my LittleBits My Machine. Audio, visual. By the way, these L glasses are kind of cool. Turn down the audio a little bit.